Good evening, everybody. It's lovely to be here. I'm Kath Lloyd from Make the Change, and of course, it's the first Let's Talk of 2018. And I hope you all had a good Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. Right, so we've got organised for you a 3-month programme of different topics, which I'm really excited about. But tonight I want to start off with talking to you about Stress Relief Awareness Day. And I want to sort of update you on why I do it, how I got to this stage, why it's important in managing your stress, how it can help you, and the makeup of the day, because this is going to be my third Stress Relief Awareness Day, so I'm really excited about it. It's come around really, really quickly. Okay, so why stress relief? Well, basically, I didn't used to manage my stress very well at all. Hi, Kath, lovely to see you here. And in fact, I really struggled with it rather a lot. And like most people, I was sweeping all of those feelings under the carpet. I was saying to myself things like, I'm being silly. What have I got to be anxious and stressed about? There are people way worse off than me. And it took me a long, long time to really, one, come to terms and admit that I was struggling, and then two, which was even harder actually, was to really get to grips with what was causing that stress. And for me, I'd been bottling up my stresses and anxieties and the conflict that I was having going around in my head for many, many years, and it was all stemming back to when my dad said to me that he was going to undergo transgender reassignment. And the reason why I struggled with it so much, because I didn't want to accept it. And I know it sounds absolutely crazy, and this seems a real contradiction, but I think about it now. If it was one of my children, then I would have no problem with it whatsoever, because I want my children to be happy. I want them to be healthy. It is their life and they've got to lead it the best way that they can be. But hi Nick, lovely to see you here. But for me, and me not being able to accept my dad's choice, which was going to give him a happier life. It was going to give him, and actually does, hi Anne, lovely to see you here, and give him the opportunity to be the person that he really wanted to be. But I didn't want to lose that person, because that person was my dad. I'd had lots of great childhood experiences, and I was really struggling with why it had to be like that. And was it that the life that I thought I was having wasn't actually real, that it was false? And hi Sally, lovely to see you here. And so consequently, I was having a lot of conflicting conversations in my head that I couldn't rationalise. And then eventually, not only with, the stress over this, being a mother with 2 young children, having a demanding teaching career, hi Helen, lovely to see you here, having problems with stuff going on at work with, courses that, it was a demanding teaching course, and courses that had got a lot of conflict within them that I was having to manage. So gradually everything was piling on and everything was piling in, but I wasn't giving myself room to manage it properly, because one, I didn't know how to manage it. Two, I was frightened about really connecting with the issues that I was struggling with. And three, I was just in big denial. So I ended up with having time off work with stress, and then and counselling. But then from that, I realised that I couldn't do anything about everything that was going on in the past. That had gone. That was, far away. And the only thing I could deal with was how I was feeling now and how I wanted to feel in the future. And that's what started me on my journey of life coaching, of wanting to support other people going through it. And it doesn't mean, people say to me, oh, you're a stress relief coach or stress relief expert, you must be so chilled out. Well, I still get anxious, I still get the feelings of stress, but it's about how you manage it. I've learned how to manage me a lot more easily. So, the smaller things, and this is all relative, the smaller things to me I can manage a lot more easily, like changing jobs, like having new managers, like teaching new courses, like changing my direction in life, are a lot easier. And it's still difficult when you get big stuff, and I like to call it stuff because it's a whole mixture of lots and lots of different things. And, in August, I was put under an awful amount of anxiety and stress when my son, had a bad mountain bike accident. But I was able to manage it more easily. I'm not saying I managed it easily. I am saying I managed it more easily. Hi, Sunday. Lovely to see you here. Because of the skills that I had learned along the way. And if you, want to scroll back onto my Facebook page to August the 23rd, when we were driving up to Scotland to see our son, you will notice I posted a lovely sunset. I think it was over the Lake District, and that was me managing my anxiety and stress, managing the feelings of going into something that I didn't know. I didn't know what it was going to be like. So it was still looking for the good things, still looking as we were travelling up the M6 for hope, for optimism, for colour, for beauty, because those are the things that help me manage. And along the way, I was doing my breathing exercises, I was talking positively to myself, me and my husband were trying to have normal conversation on the way up there, which was very, very hard, but that's what we tried to do, so that we could manage ourselves and be in the right state for when we got to where we needed to be the best that we could be, to look after our son and be able to take in all of the information that was going to be thrown at us. So, this is why stress awareness is so important, because it isn't just going to help you tomorrow. It isn't just going to help you in a month. It's going to help you for the rest of your life. But it is about practicing it. All right. So, this is, Stress Relief Awareness Day on Sunday, the 21st of January, is my third event. It was meant to be in November, but, with the situation with my son, I had to be kind to myself. I had to look after my emotional and mental health, and postponing the November event was one of the ways that I could do it. So it is about self-management. So on these days, it's such good value for money, and I wanted to make it good value for money because I don't know about you, but so often I've thought, I'd quite like to try a hot stones massage or Reiki or Indian head massage or some work with some crystals. But I think, to be, I'm quite unsure about how it's going to benefit me, what it's going to feel like for the amount of money. And so this is what I wanted to incorporate in these days, is activities that are fun and uplifting. Speakers who have got fantastic knowledge, and the opportunity to be able to sample some of the complementary therapies that are available to all of us. Because, this is the great thing about complementary therapies, is they can be combined with prescribed medication, and they can really help you in leaps and bounds in all sorts of different ways. So it isn't just about relaxation. It can be about, your understanding of yourself. It can be about adjusting your different energy levels in your body. And this is what I wanted to bring to the day. So on the day, I've got some great people coming to be doing Reiki, laughter yoga, colour therapy, crystal work, hypnotherapy, avatar. I've got a great speaker coming. She spoke last year but about nutrition, but this year she's going to come and speak about herbal medicine. We're going to have some meditation. And something that I've learned really, really recently is I've got a great therapist coming who is working with metakinetics. Now, I'd never heard of this. And so this is looking at the connection between adverse events, trauma, and how it affects us physically. So this is a really exciting area that, that can open our eyes to how our body's affected by, stressful situations, by trauma, okay, and how our body hides it away. So this is really, really exciting for me to be able to share this with you and all of the other therapies, because they are so good for us in all sorts of different ways. And, not one thing is we all like different things for different reasons, and so that's why I like to have a good mixture of therapists available so that you can try different options. Also, I've got a really brilliant chap called Bob Sanderson, a local chap, coming to speak to us about how he has managed his anxieties and stresses through his life. And actually, he is a video maker and he is an author as well. And I've got his book. I've read his book. Really great book. And I'm hoping that he'll have some of those for sale there as well. So Stress Relief Awareness Day is really good value at £40. So that includes everything. And it can be even more fun by bringing a friend along for £70. So it would be fantastic if you could join us. Because I know that you will go away feeling uplifted, inspired, joy in your heart, and energy to go out and grab all of your dreams and strive for them so that you can be your absolute best the most of the time that you can be, because we can't be at our best all of the time, but if we can do it most of the time, then, that is a huge step forward in all of our physical and mental well-being. So if you would like to join us, very, very simple address, www.srad.co.uk. And what I will do is I will type that out afterwards, unless you've seen the Facebook posts already. But we've only got a few weeks left, okay? And it would be great if you could join us, because I just know it's going to be a great event. The last two are really, really good, and I'm really looking forward to this event as well. So, and also I'll put up a couple of videos up as well of the last two events so you can see what they were like. So, stress relief is important not just for our mental well-being, but our physical well-being as well, because there's so much information available now that how we think and how we feel does eventually have an effect on our physical health. And so, if you are struggling with your physical health, there might be a connection there with your mental health. So, our body is one whole being. It's not made up in lots and lots of different pieces. It's one whole being that we need to look after, and we need to look after it properly so that we can have a great life and be happy and be healthy and be able to do everything that we want to do for the people that we love, to our partners, our friends, our children, our parents, our siblings, and all of the other people, our work colleagues, and all of the other people that come in between. Because how we are has an effect on how other people are. And wouldn't it be great that whatever you give out, other people are absorbing to help them? So that is a really, really basic introduction into Stress Relief Awareness Day, why I do it, the importance of it, and the benefits that will give you. Next week, I'm going to be talking about, let me just have a look at my list, your vision for 2018. And that's really important as well, so that we can really strive for what we want to strive for through the year and for future years ahead of us. So I'd love you to join me next week, 8 o'clock. Next Wednesday, the 10th of January. And thank you for joining me, and have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.